Lance Velchik here from CinemaCon 2024, of course, Las Vegas. As you notice, this gorgeous room, right? I got the penthouse.
Only the best for Joblo.
You know it, guys.
It's delicious, though. Thank you.
I'll just go fuck myself.
Sorry, what?
Mahalo. So I was very lucky enough to witness the Warner Brothers presentation today, right? And I think there's a couple things I really want to talk to you about that I think would be interesting in terms of the horror genre. First being Beetlejuice. Now here's the thing. I love Tim Burton. His mid-'80s to I'd say mid-'90s even was a run that is unparalleled. It's one of the best. But he's kind of fallen off. And that's not something that, you know, I want to drag him for. We all live life and it happens. I mean, Coppola, you know, but when it comes to Beetlejuice.
Coppola just did Megalopolis.
Yeah, but we'll see. Well, okay, you're a good point. But the point of this is that Beetlejuice is something that I always felt was a perfect time capsule of the time. Beetlejuice is just that late 80s weirdness that I don't know could be replicated. And when I saw the first trailer, I didn't like it.
You're working with a professional here!
I didn't like the idea of taking the afterlife approach of making this sort of depressing, dark, reverent, sort of soulful take on Beetlejuice. You mean the movie, the goofy movie with Michael Keaton? We got a bald wing at Gina Davis. You said, but we're gonna take that and be like, no, it was soulful. So I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Now the thing is what we saw at CinemaCon 2024 was the rest of the trailer, and this is where it gets interesting. That chunk that you saw is still the same. We see the bridge, we see the house, we see the bicycle. Oh. But then the rest of the trailer continues and then becomes more horror. It's darker, filled with practical effects. We have the snake in stop animation. We have a lot of gags done in camera and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I think Burton might be back. Here's the thing. In the end of the day, we had Justin Theroux, we had William Dafoe. Looked like he could be playing a villain. He had scars, clearly dead in the afterlife, looking for Beetlejuice. Not too much Undertaker, but we had Catherine O'Hara. She's back. She's laughing, having a good time. The vibe of the trailer that I saw gives me hope. Now, am I gonna say it's awesome? I do not know. Tim Burton has not done anything good in a very long time, and I don't mean that as any disrespect. He's done more than I ever will, but let's be clear. Big Fish was the last thing that had soul. Here we are today. But Keaton was on the stage tonight, and he was selling this and dancing like I've never seen before. Listen, we all get paid to do what we do, but he went above and beyond, and I don't believe Keaton's the kind of guy, especially at his age, that you're just gonna pay off to go and, pardon my French, blow the crowd. So what I saw gives me hope, and especially behind the scenes that we saw was all about being practical. And as Keaton said in the theater that I saw, he only came back if him and Burton could try to replicate and do what they did back in the 80s, which is gonna be weird, goofy, and practical. So we'll see. Next would be M. Night Shyamalan's Trap. Now, let's be honest, Shyamalan is kind of one of those guys that lost it, right? I mean, I saw Sixth Sense when it came out in theaters, saw it in Disney World, loved it. All the way until, I would say The Village, to me personally, was when I realized, maybe he wasn't laying the golden eggs.
He's human after all.
But the thing I do like about Shyamalan, and I respect, is that at least he has a vision, and at least he's doing unique, interesting, weird movies, even if they don't work always for me personally.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
But when it came to, The Visit, Split, Glass, Knock at the Cabin. Now, I'm not saying they all work, but let's be honest, I think he was at least trying to learn from his mistakes of the past and not putting the twist as the most important part. He's trying to tell stories, and that's something he does really well. Maybe the dialogue may be stilted, his ideas might be a little grandiose for what he could pull off, but hell, I'd rather if you try than just sort of repeat the same thing. Now with Trap, Josh Hartnett plays this father that brings his daughter to essentially the Taylor Swift, played by Shyamalan's actual daughter, Sarika. Now here's what makes it interesting. The trailer lays out the entire idea of the movie. If there is a twist, I don't see it happening in this because it looks like it's just more of an old-fashioned 90s thriller. There's a serial killer, a butcher, in attendance at this concert, and the cops have gotten wind, so the actual concert is a trap. and they surround him. Here's the best part. Josh Hartnett, this loving father, he's just taking his kid out, having a good time. He's the killer and realizes that he is being hunted. And that's a trailer. That's the idea. Now here's what I love. That could have been the twist, but no, it's the point of the plot that he needs to figure out how to get out because he is now wise to the cops coming in. That's what Shyamalan should be doing, and that's what I'm excited for. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to be hesitant. I'm not going to say it's going to be great because you never know, but he's piqued my interest, and you know what? I got to give him credit. And last but not least is going to be Shyamalan's daughter, Ashana, doing an adaptation of the book into the film, The Watchers. Now, there's a teaser trailer out that doesn't say much, and I'll be honest, what I saw at the Warner Brothers presentation doesn't do too much more than that, but it does tease some very interesting ideas. So essentially, Dakota Fanning is living in Ireland, and she somehow gets into an area, and this is where it gets very sci-fi, and I like it, where everything shuts down, the car dies, and a door opens up, and she must get inside before it's too late. And while we're in there, we kind of learn that some beings from somewhere else have come and are using us as a zoo. And what I liked about what I saw is that they're not trapped in a room, they get to explore, but it seems like there's rules that are set up that they know and have to follow, and by breaking them brings them some sort of danger. Clearly taken from her father, but let's be very fair, her father's really good at tension. And I got the same vibe as this. It's weird, supernatural / sci-fi, and I still have no idea what it's about, but everything it showed me got me more interested. And you know what? That's the point of a trailer. And it looks like if Shyamalan's daughter is going to pull off what Lynch's kids and or Cronenberg's kids have done, I think we're going to be in a good spot. Again, I'm always cautious. I'm not going to sit here and say everything is going to be amazing. I always want to hold off on judgment until I actually see the movie. But the full trailer kind of hooked me. And let's be honest, Shyamalan came out, introduced it, and him and his daughter actually sang too, with a gorgeous voice. And very impressed. I always appreciate people that are good public speakers and that have a sort of connection with an audience, warm and charming, and they sold me a little. So we'll see, but I'm very interested based on the novel and based on what I saw. I believe The Watchers is something we should keep an eye out for. And then last but not least, we had a little montage. Started off by Jack Black, Big D fan, of course. Pick a Destiny is fantastic. And let's be honest, HBO little show was fantastic.
Weird looking thing with horns on it. Made of green ivory or some shit.
So always loving Jack Black, but they showed us a couple of random clips. And the new Final Destination, Bloodlines, not much, but we had a little on-set clip, and they were basically saying it's going to be one of the bloodiest, one of the wildest, one of the craziest. And that's a series that I've always kind of appreciated as I got older, because you know what? As the world gets more, a little more, let's be honest, tight-assed, I appreciate movies that are just going to be gory, goofy, and fun. So we'll see. I'm excited. Let's rock it out. The last couple were just ridiculous, and you know what? Let's have a good time and get some good kills.